Have you ever said something in the heat of the moment that you instantly regretted? We've all been there. That red-hot anger takes over. Words fly out like weapons, and before we know it, we've hurt someone we care about. This is a story about a young man, a kind soul with a good heart, who battled this very demon. His temper was like a wildfire, quick to ignite and difficult to control, leaving a trail of unintended pain in its wake. He knew this was a problem. He saw the hurt in the eyes of his friends and family, and it tore him apart inside. He didn't want to be this person, the one who caused pain with his tongue. Desperate for a change, he decided to seek help. He heard tales of a wise old elder who lived on the outskirts of the village, a man known for his profound wisdom and gentle guidance. With a heavy heart but a glimmer of hope, the young man made the journey to the elder's humble home, ready to learn how to tame the fire within him. The elder listened patiently, his eyes calm and understanding, as the young man poured out his frustrations. He spoke of the guilt that followed every outburst, the relationships that were strained, and his deep desire to find peace. The elder didn't offer a lecture or a simple platitude. Instead, he stood up and led the young man to his workshop. He handed him a smooth, sturdy wooden plank and a bag full of nails. "I have a task for you," the elder said, his voice soft but firm. "From this day forward, every single time you lose your temper, I want you to come here and drive one of these nails into this plank. Drive it in with all the force of your anger." The young man was a bit confused. How could hammering nails possibly help him control his temper? But he trusted the elder's wisdom and agreed to the task. The first few days were difficult. His anger flared up over small annoyances, misplaced tool, a disagreement with a friend, a frustrating delay. Each time, true to his word, he would march to the workshop, grab the hammer, and pound a nail into the wood. Bang. One for the argument with his brother. Bang. Another for the merchant who he felt had shortchanged him. By the end of the first week, the plank was studded with dozens of nails, a stark, metallic testament to his uncontrolled fury. It was ugly. It was a physical representation of the chaos inside him. Looking at that nail-ridden plank each day was a sobering experience. He hated what he saw. Each nail was a memory of a moment he had lost control, a moment he had likely hurt someone. The sheer effort of hammering in the nails also gave him pause. Walking to the workshop, finding the hammer, selecting a nail, it created a small but crucial gap between his feeling of anger and his reaction. In that small window of time, he started to think, was this really worth another nail? Was this situation really worth the energy and the ugliness it created? Slowly, something began to shift. He started to recognize the triggers. He learned to take a deep breath before reacting. When he felt the familiar heat rising in his chest, he would picture the wooden plank, already so crowded with sharp, angry points. He would ask himself if adding another one was the right choice. More often than not, he found it wasn't. He started walking away from arguments. He practiced patience. The daily trips to the workshop became less frequent. One day, he realized he hadn't hammered a nail in for a whole week. Then, a month. The pile of unused nails remained untouched. Finally, the day came when he went an entire season without losing his temper. He had done it. He had learned to control the fire, bursting with pride and a sense of profound peace. He rushed back to the elder's home to share his triumph. "Elder," he exclaimed, "I've done it. I haven't hammered a single nail in months. I've finally learned to control my anger." The elder smiled warmly, a genuine look of pride in his eyes. "You have done wonderfully," he said. "You have achieved the first part of your lesson. Now it is time for the second part." He led the young man back to the workshop and pointed at the plank, still bristling with old nails. "Now," the elder instructed, "for every day that you successfully control your anger, I want you to pull one nail out of this plank." This new task felt much more rewarding. Each nail he extracted with the back of the hammer was a symbol of his victory, a mark of his progress. It was hard work. The nails were driven deep, but with each one he removed, he felt a sense of cleansing, of undoing the mistakes of his past. Weeks turned into months as he diligently worked, pulling out nail after nail, until at last the plank was clear. Not a single nail remained. He held the plank up to the elder, his face beaming. "It's done," he said. "All the nails are gone. It's as it was before." The elder took the plank and ran his hand over its surface. "Look closer," he urged gently. The young man did. The nails were gone, yes, but the plank was anything but pristine. The surface was covered in countless holes, jagged and deep, permanent marks left behind by the nails. It was scarred. The wood was no longer smooth and whole. The elder looked the young man in the eye, his gaze filled with compassion. "You have done well to control your anger and to apologize for your past behavior. That is like pulling out the nails, but look at these holes. The plank will never be the same again, will it?" The young man's smile faded as the weight of the elder's words sank in. "When you say things in anger," the elder continued, "they leave scars just like these holes. An apology can be like pulling out the nail, and it is a necessary and important thing to do. But the wound, the hole, remains in the other person's heart. Your words can cause a pain that never fully disappears." That was the true lesson. The young man finally understood. The physical act of hammering and removing the nails had taught him self-control, but the aftermath, the scarred plank, taught him the far deeper lesson of empathy and the lasting impact of his actions. True strength wasn't just about not hammering in new nails. It was about understanding the damage the old ones had caused. It's not just about managing our anger in the moment, but about recognizing that words have power, okay? They can build bridges, or they can leave permanent scars. The fire of fury we all feel from time to time is a powerful force, but we have a choice. We can let it erupt and burn everything in its path, leaving behind a landscape of hurt and regret. Or we can learn to become the masters of that fire. We can learn to harness its energy, to control its heat, and to use our words not as weapons, but as tools to build, to heal, and to connect. The scars left by angry words may fade, but they often remain as a reminder. Strive to leave no such marks on the hearts of those we love. Choose kindness, patience, and understanding, because a moment of anger can cause a lifetime of pain. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content that aims to inspire and uplift. Remember, controlling the fire within is one of the greatest strengths you can possess. See you in the next video.